All right. Hey, how you doing? This is Eric from Amp Live and Amp Live TV and the Amp Live Real Estate Show coming to you live here today in beautiful Southern California. Hopefully you're doing well wherever you're at in the United States of America. We're rocking and rolling over here for Wellness Wednesday. Yes, Wellness Wednesday. That means health, wealth, all that good stuff. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth to you, as well as hopefully for us as well. Definitely like, love, and share it. Appreciate it if you do that for us. We're going live, and this is being streamed live through several social media platforms. Especially, there's a special private link inside of our Let's Share Real Estate Investment Deals Together. It'll be right over there. If you click that, you can actually join us live right now. Bring your deals to the table. Do whatever you need to do to bring those deals to the table. We'll underwrite them. We'll look at them, see if we can find any cash or point you in the right direction if we possibly can, but it's right there. If you're in that group and it's free, then there'll be a link. There'll be an exclusive link that's, I believe, that I pulled over from this side from the platform and popped it into the Facebook group. So it's only especially for the people in the Facebook group where you actually get to come on here live, share your wares, get some content, love, and all that good stuff, because that is the awesome, juicy currency now of today's market: branding, social media, and all that other good stuff, okay, as well as deals. We specialize in creative real estate investing as well as traditional real estate. So I will be your host today. I'm Eric of Amp Live and the Amp Live Real Estate Show, and powered by Amp Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company. It's sponsored by VIP Execs Realty, lending and investments, and luxury properties. Step into excellence. That is the traditional real estate side. If you have a license and you want to hang it, you want the best of both worlds, I suggest why not? Go for it. It is a selection process, by the way, as well. So it's up to the Miss Broker to see if you're a good fit and all that good stuff. But at least that is the future. The future is creative real estate investing, and it's just real estate investing, period, right? Now, everybody, I get it. Kind of have some conversations here and there. A lot of stuff is going on, so I'll talk about some of that stuff. Talk about a little bit about the health. Have you gotten your dry scoop today? Did you get a dry scoop today? Did you get your protein? Did you get your supplements? Right? So I guess not everybody's on a health kick, but I finally woke up one day and said, man, I need to do something, right? This is not working. I'm tired and sluggish and going, man, I'm out of shape and all this good stuff, and brain fog and the eyeballs. Oh, I can't see, let alone the hair and the teeth and the gut and all that good stuff, right? So losing a litof bit of poundage, getting healthy. And obviously, I know when I was younger, I'll be honest with you, before we get into a tangent, some stories, and kind of move forward with some stuff, I'm going to share some stuff on what's happening, as well as in the industry. And then do a little bit. I want to drop some value today, right? On just my opinion, what's going on in the area. That's usually for Friday highlights. But we're gonna talk about deal. Do you know what a deal is and what a deal's not? Do you understand how to underwrite deals? We got a tool for you. It's super awesome and easy. It's the Sub 2 Fix and Flip Deal Automator. We got Sub 2 and regular, automators and all that good stuff. But this one's awesome because it works. It works trifold, I guess, right? You break down your Sub 2 deal. It'll actually give you your numbers for 60, 65, 70 cents on the dollar after you plug in all the numbers. In other words, my advice to you, if you're just getting started, right, is to treat this as a business, for one. Two, become an expert at underwriting deals and obviously, negotiating them with sellers, okay? It's super, super important before you start hiring people and hiring VAs and putting people in line. Because that's going to be a waste of money. You're putting the cart before the horse. You're 80% of this rock and rollness, 20% is tech. You can watch all the videos and all that good stuff. Take whatever advice you want, but I'm telling you, I see it all the time. Talk to thousands of people every freaking year. And the same thing, right? Putting the cart before the horse. I had that conversation yesterday. I was late last night out in the Inland Empire, and, decided I had some dinner. So now I'm going to walk this off. I'm going to go chit chat to everybody out here in the United States of America and talk about, Tuesday Deal Day. And that's what I did. So today is Wellness Wednesday. So welcome to Wellness Wednesday in the Amp Live Real Estate Show. As you can see down below, we're going to go through a couple of things. I'm definitely going to say, check this out. If you are there and you got that link in the Facebook group, let me see. Definitely show up, show your mug, or you can, not use the camera and just use the audio. We will be able to. You're invited, though. You're invited for the hot seat. Bring a deal, leave with capital, structure, and clarity on that particular deal. If you have something, you're just not quite clear. We had a couple of people that I've chatted over the weekend. Like, they were wondering why they couldn't sell it, or is this a deal? Is it not a deal? They're just kind of throwing stuff at the wall, which is very difficult to do. You throw it at the wall. If it sticks, it sticks. Even if it sticks, you don't know if you have a deal or not, right? So that's one of the disconnects right now, is people not underwriting properly, or not feeling that their numbers are there correctly, not understanding how to underwrite, and then at the same token, negotiating those deals, right? And just listening to information, pieces of this, pieces of that, and then trying to piece something together without formulating an actual true either recipe or true process. And then you got to go through trial and error to figure it out, see if it even works for you. So that kind of sucks. There's nothing like having a mentor. That's what I got when I got started. Of course, I had to earn that. That's what we do as well. Obviously, we do have AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, which is our one-on-one mentoring, the only program that's on the planet of its kind. I guarantee it, right? Where we train you and work with you and mentor you one-on-one, up to 7 days a week if we need to. It's a done with you, done for you program. But at the same token, the deadline for tomorrow, I should say, not even deadline, the full launch is for our AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. I'm excited about that. And that's tomorrow. And that's going to be the launch for tomorrow. And then once we fill up, I believe we're segueing. It was $124. So if you got something in the mail or got something from us that indicates that, then lock it in. That'll save you a spot, because after that's gone, then it's moving to $1997. That's $1,997, and for the next 50, and then the next 50 is going to regular price. Okay, so take advantage of that. But in the meantime, drop guests for a free invite if you're watching this, but you got to go join the Facebook group, and the link is inside the Facebook group where you can actually chit chat, bring your deal, do some Q&A, ask questions. So I'll be on here probably for maybe about 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Who knows? I love talking about real estate, love sharing and dropping value. So we'll go as long as we need to. But at the same token, it is Wednesday. So it's an admin day. There's appointments and things that need to be taken care of. So I'll be here just to share some value at the end of the day and go from there. And in the meantime, I'm going to share what's going on with the Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And we'll go. Let me see what I got. All right. We'll go from there. Chat, anything in the chat? Boom. Okay, there is. It's in there. There it is. In the chat, there's actually it says there's actually hey, quick one, launching something new. Want to share it before it goes public? It's $147 for the regular price. It's going to go the regular price. Regular price. Selling for $147. Regular price is actually $12,000. All right. So it covers wholesaling, subject to lease options, and how to close deals with no money down, which is awesome. But it's only for the first 50, so take advantage of that pre-sale before it's gone. We're still working it out. We're still dropping stuff into the vault. Contracts, agreements, marketing, all kinds of stuff is going into one vault. There is a second vault too that has everything. That's for when the program for the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, and for our one-on-one mentoring. That's the vault with everything, right? You get sub 2, you get seller, lease, option, contracts, agreements, everything. That's a little bit different. So I'll leave this here for you. You're invited for a live hot seat. Come on down. Let's go. Let's rock and roll for Wellness Wednesday. So if you haven't got your dry scoop, go get your dry scoop, go pump some iron, and come on back. I'm just kidding. Now, that dry scoop is funny. I said that before. I was like, what the heck? I heard someone say that. I said, what, dry scoop? Because I told people I'm sharing it with my daughter and my son, and they're like, I think, and her boyfriend. And it was just like, hey, yeah, protein, amino acids, or whatever you call it, just stuff, protein, not protein, but supplements and stuff like that to help you when you work out or just through the day. And he's like, yeah, man, I knew one guy. He said he was, he didn't even mix it up with stuff. He just said, man, he dry scooped it. I said, dry scoop it? You got to dry scoop some shit like that. I don't know if it's a joke or if it's for real, but that's like real dedication right there for, the gym people, right? Where they constantly go to the gym and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. Discipline is awesome. You need this in this business, as well as mindset. Okay. So Wellness Wednesday. So hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself and your family and all that other good stuff. But I'm here to share a couple of things with you. First of all, do you know what a deal is and what a deal is not? Super important, right? If you don't know what a deal is, it's going to be hard to sell off a deal to an investor, or if you're taking other people's deals and trying to sell them, then you're wondering why they're not selling. That could be that you don't know if it's a deal or not. Because if you do, when you broke it down, you took the time and you go, man, this is not a deal. And you probably tell that person, hey, this is not a deal. You know, it'd be a deal if it was maybe $20, $30, $40, $50,000 or $100,000 less than what you're trying to sell it for. Then you're like, okay, don't waste your time with it, because you don't want to be tossing deals out there that look like crap. And then, you know, your investors or potential investors that may work with you are going to say, man, next, this person doesn't even know how to break down a deal. This person's it's overpriced turkey, things of that nature, right? And they're not going to spend time with you. So that's what sucks. Also, was the other thing. A lot of people investors are getting frustrated, and not just me. It's been like that forever. So we do a little bit different. We do vet and all the other good stuff. And the daisy chainers, copy and pasters, probably going, don't daisy chain. If you're JVing is one thing. You got a JV, you got dispo, you got people, you got investors. You guys work something out together, you know, and then go ahead and get it sold, right? Copy and pasting other people's deals and taking off their stuff and putting your stuff. Hey, I get it. There's a time and place for all that, and there is a program that, you know, that I guess it should say it's a way that you can do business. It's like a department. Think of it that way. It's the copy and paste department. It's the throw shit at the wall department. It's the daisy chain department. And then obviously you should have your acquisitions, right? You don't want those other departments, but not that JVs do. We do JVs. We do JVs with their mentees at the end of the day, right? But we're papered up. We understand, and we work together. Think of it as like the Avengers, right? When you come aboard the Amp Live family, the AHA family, VIP execs family, then we're here to take care of each other and our families. That's what this is about, right? So it's a little different than just the traditional. You got a pulse, come aboard, you're okay, go for it. You write a check, you come aboard. You know, for the one-on-one mentoring, it's a selection process, so none of that happens. But I will say, for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, that's right, you got a pulse, you can come aboard. It's for you. We've been working very hard on it. It's going to be about 8 to 10 modules with a couple of vaults in there and videos, PDFs, and we're going to do live coaching, breaking down deals. I might have a graphic up here. I'll probably pull it up, but let's get into a couple things here. You see my mug right there. Boink, there it is. Amp Live Real Estate Show with I'm obviously going to be your host today for a few minutes here. What do we got? 12 minutes, and we're going into it. I'm going to share this little graphic for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator before we get started. And I'll break down a deal and break down another deal. It's a pre-foreclosure. We'll bring up the sub-2 fix and flip calculator, or deal automators, I like to call it. But you can scan that QR code right there and lock in your spot, right? Lock in the spot for what's left of that program for $147. I believe this midnight. It's going to change because tomorrow's launch. It's going to roll over to the $1,997. That's $1,997 and you're going to learn creative real estate investing. We'll start off with this. You're going to learn wholesaling. You're going to learn lease options, which are awesome right now because there's lease options. You can arbitrage and use that for, you know, Airbnbs, or you can just do an option, lease a property. Maybe you want to buy something, but you don't have a loan. You want to get in there with the lease option, rent to own it and sell it off, or keep it, and then of course our favorite, which is sub-2, subject to existing financing and some seller financing. Love, we're going to share those things with you in the Amp Live Accelerator program. So it's not just a wholesaling program. Wholesaling is great. It's a segue from bird dogging, wholesaling, creative real estate investing. That is how it usually goes, right? And then you move into commercial if you want and all those other things. But real estate, creative real estate investing, or some people just stay at the wholesaling, keep it as a side hustle. That's cool. You're definitely going to get tremendous value through it. We've worked very hard on that, and we're still working on it today as Swede comes in a little bit later. So we finish the final touches. So we'll be rolling through and coaching and mentoring live through the platform, and then building the community on school. So there's no links here for school, but what will happen is that if you join, you'll join and you'll get a welcome email and all that good stuff, and your spot will be locked in. Monday we'll get rolling, and then we'll have our first call most likely on Friday, and we'll get into it and start rocking and rolling. That's the whole goal, is to help you get your first deal, second deal, third deal, or if you're already at your second or third, and we're going to help you with your fourth or fifth deal and keep on rocking and rolling and help you build a business. It is a segue into our one-on-one mentoring program as well. All right, so scan that QR code and definitely right there, lock in your spot, see what it's all about. Go to the page, take a look, like, love, and share it. Appreciate it. I'm going to obviously share this with you. Then we're going to get into the automator. And I'll show you what is the deal. We'll show a couple of them because we've been looking at some properties, perfect specimens for what is the deal and what is not. We have one that was a pre-foreclosure, but let me spit this out real quick. Amp Live TV, always real, raw, and standing for truth. Home of the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Your host, obviously, Erick. of Amp Live and VIP execs. So definitely, if you want to get on this show, definitely reach out, do a DM of some sort. I know I been wanting to get the young man from Missouri. He's been kicking some butt out there, and he would start off door knocking, do a little bit of everything. He's really hustling out there and make stuff happen for him, and then even in the area that he's in. Okay, but we kind of hit and miss, and we all got families and things of that nature. We're just busy, and locking stuff down to get him on the show, and a few other people that I want to get on the show as well. But if you do, definitely you got some wares, or you want to share some stuff, or you're rocking and rolling, you're good. Like I said, the good, bad, and the ugly. Even some software. I don't care if you're a software program, you got some products, and you see this, definitely reach out, and we'll get you on the show. So let's move into the Sub 2 fix and flip calculator. I like to call it the deal automator. Okay, but it works. So this one right here is actually when you come aboard the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Rob is a full training. We're going to use it because we use it. I use it. We have different automators as well, but this one I like. And as we started modifying and getting it ready for the Amp Live Accelerator, a lot of modifications have happened to it. So I like it because one, we can look at it as sub 2. We can look at it as a fix and flip. We can look at it as a buy and hold. We can look at it as even a wholesale deal because it's going to break it down 60, 65, 70 cents on the dollar on what you should be offering based on the numbers that you plug in. And then it's going to grade it. Is this a good deal? Is it a marginal deal? Is it a type deal? Is it like to call a unicorn deal, right? It's going to be based off of the days on the market that it's sold to, and it's going to grade all that good stuff. These are things that I personally look at, and when we mentor others one-on-one, but put into the calculator to make it a lot easier. And then there's going to be a deal, a Amp Live tech stack to be able to get your data, because you got to find deals, right? You need deals. You got to get that data, and then you obviously got to be able to work the data, and then be able to talk to sellers. So we have that for you, and that's going to be the Sub 2 deal finder, which is awesome because you want to be able to find those specific. You want to niche it down, and then you want to you want to keep on finding as many issues as problems for on that particular lead to be able to make it into a hot lead, which means a better ratio and a better chance of taking down the deal, because most people are not going to be able to at the wholesale range. But you're going to learn far more than just wholesaling, okay? But we'll help you with that. We'll get you rocking and rolling up and going, okay? So check this out. Let's go ahead and pull this up. A little bit, if you don't know who I am, obviously I'm Erick Jimenez of Amp Live and AHA, America's Helping Americans, real estate investment firm. And obviously our cause and mission, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. You got to remember, this came about in probably after the crash, 2010, 11, 12, 13. And you just decided to go, hey, we can have our firm, a rebrand, but do we want to, work with people and have a coaching program or training program, all that good stuff, and needed to make it reciprocal. So if you know the story, great. If you don't, that's okay. I'm not going to get deep into it because I wanted to make this more about value, and I want to share a couple of things of what a deal is and what a deal is not. Super important, right? We're looking at, and I'll share that with you in a second, but you scan that QR code right there so you can book a live call and breakout call with myself and my team. And we'll help you, in any way we possibly can. Even just say hi, what's up, what's going on? You got some deals, looking for deals, or you have deals, or you're stuck. If you're stuck somewhere, hey, it's open door policy. I think it's like 15, 30-minute call. I'd love to do it. I love chatting with people until I decide I don't want to anymore. All right, so check this out. I was going to say on that deal or no deal, which is super important, I'll share one with you. Yesterday, there was one that was a short sale. It was potential short sale because there's 3 freaking loans on it, right? 3 loans, $5,000 payment. Properties, maybe, it is Southern California. But that property wouldn't be a deal. Although most would let it go. Can it be a short sale? Yes, because it's over encumbered. And can you make money on a short sale? Yes. Can the seller make money on the sale? No. Can an agent make money on the sale? Yes. Okay. And do you have to negotiate the short sale? No. Because one, if you're licensed, you probably could, but if you're not licensed, then no, you can't. Not anymore. But when I started, we were able to negotiate short sales, put packages together, and get badass rock and roll deals by going directly to the bank. Now, everything's, I always want to get in there and regulate shit and put their paws in there to, get their piece of the pie, whether it's from the companies or the banks, kind of like the text marketing thing, right? the carriers, oh, we need to, that was just a lobbyist thing. Spend a bunch of money to lobby to say, oh, customers are getting hammered with too many text messages and it's bad for the consumer. That's bullshit. It's bad for them because they're getting hounded by the towers and all these people are blasting 30, 40, 50, 100,000 text messages and slowing down their towers and taxing their towers. So the carriers lobbied and said, hey, this is for the protection of the consumer. Look, you shoot me a text, I'm not going to bitch. Shoot me an email and spam, I'm not going to bitch about it. Who bitches about that? You got time for that? If you got time for that, then shit, you might reevaluate, what you got going on in your life because it's boring as shit if you're worried about stuff like that, right? Okay. But Amp Live TV, once again, I'm just going to put that up there. I'm not sure what we got here. No, that's for the scan that QR code. That's for the Amp Live Accelerator. But deal or no deal, and that was that first deal, short sale. But it can be a deal. So it doesn't mean you got to throw that lead away. There's 3 loans on it. The second deal that came down the wire, a little better, right? Simply because there's only 1 loan on it. The interest rate's 2.8%. It was about 18 and some change, close to $1,900 for the mortgage payment. They were about $50,000 behind on back payments. And let me see, I think the mortgage was at $630. And then add the 50, so they're close to getting up there to the $700,000 range. But it is a $1 million to $1.1 million property. The thing about that one is, yes, seller we could probably negotiate how much they get simply because the house is tore up. When we're looking at it, it looked fine. And then we started digging in. We go, oh shit, okay, that house needs a lot of work. It needs a full rehab, and it's probably gonna need some mechanicals. So we're going to 80, 90, 120,000 buckaroos. We're willing to offer the seller $115,000 walk away. But they go, man, that's not going to work, right? Because we're already making up back payments of $47,000. And if you make up the back payments, $47,000 plus the 110, 20 that he wanted, man, we're getting up there. So we got to chop that down and put it into the rehab. And the seller obviously has to understand that, hey, you're either going to lose the property and someone's going to buy it at the auction, or if it's not us or someone else, then it's going to go back to the bank as an REO. So it's in his best interest to chat with us and work the deal with us and take what you can, move on, because we're literally taking on that person's problems, issues, didn't make a payment for, 6, 7, 8 months, a year, whatever. So we're going to make up those back payments, reinstate, do whatever needs to be done, fix it up, put it back on the market to either keep it or sell it. Or you sell it off to another investor, somebody who wants it, right? And everything's fully disclosed. You're sharing this with the seller, and they know what's going on. And at least you're coming to you're helping them. You're helping your fellow American, right? So it's a good thing. And if they can't see that, or you think, no, I want this, I want that, then they need to make up the $47,000, right? They need to spend the $107,000 to fix it up, and then they can put it on the market and sell it, and everything's peachy, right? But if they can't do that, then tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. They're not going to be able to do that. So then when the auction comes up, and it could get postponed, they could do, I'm going to sue the bank. Good luck on suing the bank. You're not going to win. You could try to do, like I mentioned before, the BK. You're going to do like a skeleton bankruptcy, lasts for a couple of weeks, then it's back to foreclosure again, unless they actually do a full bankruptcy. And some people think, well, I'll just do a bankruptcy and I'll throw all my credit cards and everything else in there, but the payments go higher. If you couldn't afford the mortgage payment now, how are you going to afford it with an attorney, the judge, fees, and then you're going to have a trust, and then you're going to have to arrange to make up the back payments and then minimal payments for your credit cards. So whatever your monthly was is going to go higher, and you got to be able to take care of that. If you can't take care of that, then it's going to go back. It's going to default again for the house, and then obviously for the bankruptcy, and then you're going to be back into square one. So it just buys time. And it just messes you up for a longer period of time. Why do that? Why have the stress? Why deal with all the BS at the end of the day? You just move on, right? It's just a piece of property. It's not a living thing. It's not a relative. It's not a human being. It's just a house. Move on and move on with your life, right? Wellness Wednesday. Take care of yourself, because if not, you're going to stress yourself out, get yourself all sick. And for what? Life is too short. Things are going to happen in life, but you just got to let it roll off and move forward. And by doing what we're doing, we're able to help, sellers. It doesn't always have to be pre-foreclosure. It could be a probate. It could be a vacant property. It could be someone who lives in another state and they're just tired of being landlords, and the sick and tired landlord are going to help them out. So, that happens as well. People inherit properties all the time. They're like, especially right now with the baby boomers, God bless their souls. They're passing away and leaving properties to people, and they don't want them to. I don't want to fix it up. I don't want to own property. I don't want to collect rent. I don't want to. I already have a job. I don't need 2 or 3 other jobs on top of that. And then everybody wanting their money. So they're like, boop, let's just get it sold and sell it. So there's an opportunity. That's always going to be opportunities. Why? Because life happens, right? Life freaking happens. The big dogs are not going to go after all the low-hanging fruit. They tried to. A couple of big companies, right? They're trying to buy a bunch of single-family properties, hundreds and thousands of properties, and some regulations came down the wire and all that other good stuff, right? So I'm not going to get into the political stuff. We'll save that for the Sunday rants and raves, right? Or for Amp Live TV. You can go to our Amp Live TV. Hashtag get Erick Paul. Definitely like, love, and share. You can actually go to YouTube. There's 2 channels there. One for this creative real estate investing lovingness, and the second one is Amp Live TV, where we talk, like I brought up, talk a little bit about everything, right? Talk about sports, talk about religion, talk about politics, talk about rock and entrepreneurism, obviously, and life. So that was the purpose for kind of the same thing. It's God-driven. Same reason why I started AHA, which was God-driven, to help our fellow Americans with real estate by seeing too many people spin their wheels and spend 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way up to $150,000 for a 1-day seminar, 3-day bus tours, or just buying into a program and still spinning their wheels, 8 months, 9 months, a year and a half later. I commend them for doing so, super tenacious. So they just needed a little bit of help to evaluate them and say, don't do this, let's do that, let's reprogram that, and let's go this way. And you see success very quickly. It's like a doctor, right? Maybe a real estate doctor, or whatever you want to call it, by looking at what they have and analyzing and going, here's the problem, here's the disconnect, this is why it's not working for you. And then seeing results very quickly, usually within the 30, 60, 90 days. But I will be honest with you, right? Some people go, oh man, if I can't get a deal in 6 months, then, there's something wrong. So, well, yeah, there's something wrong. But even then, some people are going, hey, I want to get a deal in 2 weeks. Hey, it doesn't work that way, right? It took me 4 months, to be honest with you, 4 months before I got my first deal. But I also spent 16 months building out my program, my websites, my contracts, my brand, how I wanted my business to be perceived, trial and error, and then figuring out how I can automate my systems and do it a lot quicker. And making sure that there's proof of freaking concept, right? And then executing. So, you don't have to do that. This is going to be very quick. We already spent all that time. All right. So that's the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. It's right there. Oh, right. Oh, there we go. We'll do this. Right there. Scan that QR code. Boink, boink. Jump on board and grab that. Be back tomorrow for Thursday deal day. And that's going to be the full launch. And that's how it's going to move. So up to midnight, I believe this is good to go. And then it's going to move to 1997, and it is what it is. All right. So definitely lock it in. Definitely like, love, and share the Amp Live TV. Watch now. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get into questions. Let's see what we got here. Questions. If you got any questions, you're watching this, definitely reach out and ask a question. Ask away. Don't be shy. We don't bite at the same token. That's what this business is all about. So questions, let's talk deals. Okay. So that one deal that was in Southern California, I believe that one deal was in Corona, and there was another deal that was in Whittier. Corona was overextended, 3 freaking loans. I think there was 7, 2, and 75, up to about 9, almost $1 million, and the house is only worth about maybe 1.1. Not much room in there. Maybe 10%. 15% equity or so, 20 we can do something with, but I think it was even less than that. It wasn't a short sale. No, I think that was because after we added up all the numbers and then how much it's going to be to repair it and all that good stuff, it was like, man, this is going to be a short sale. The one in Whittier is a little better because the spread was better. I think that was about $115,000 spread. Don't quote me on that, but I think I did that yesterday or day before. But those deals are there, okay? And they're everywhere here in Southern California. We're working in the Inland Empire, which is San Bernardino County, Riverside County, Orange County, and Los Angeles County, as well as Texas. I think I'm pointing the right direction, right? Texas, is it that way? I'm from the Fakawi tribe, right? So I don't care. Even if I got directions right here, boink, I'll still get lost. Okay. And probably going, what the hell? Really? You're an Indian? So, don't take it personal, right? It's Fakawi tribe. It's a freaking joke. And Fakawi means like, hey, where the frick are we? Where the frick are we? Right? Doesn't matter where we go and get lost. I'm sure you've done that before. You're on the freeway and you're driving. You go, oh my God, ooh, just passed it up because you're doing something. You're either, all dopamined up on your phone or your tunes or you're thinking, and then things happen, right? But for me, that was a cool joke. My dad used to say that a long time ago, because he's always get lost. Say, where are you from? The Fakawi tribe, right? So if you want to use it, go for it. Maybe you've heard about it. For young cats, probably haven't heard of it. The older people, probably, it's an old ass joke, man. So I am aging myself there. Well, okay. Or dating myself, I should say, as far as time. But definitely for this one here, you can scan that. That one's just to lock in. Just so you're like, boom, I got it locked in. There's no pay link or anything. That won't be until you get the little ecosystem. We won't spam you with stuff. Only real estate, creative real estate investing stuff. And it is a 6-week program. There is a money back guarantee on that. Hey, we'll help you get a deal within the next 90 days or your money back, no questions asked. But it is an action program, even though, want to make sure that you show up to the party, that you test it out. We'll get on the phone, talk with some sellers with you, because it's the first 50 and then the second 50, very vital for us, because I want to make sure we're working with you. We get some deals, we get the testimonials, and then we want to rock the program across the United States of America. Okay. So definitely jump on it as a founder. Then we're going to be the next 50 or charter members. And then after the charter members, it's everybody, because it's going to go to regular price. Okay. And that's for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. That is a segue into our one-on-one mentoring, the American Mentee Program, one of the only programs of this kind where we train and mentor you one-on-one. So definitely, if it makes any sense, hopefully it does. If it doesn't, then definitely reach out and do a chat. Ask those questions. Let me go ahead and pull this up as well. So I'm going to help you out with this too. All right. When we break down a deal, let me pull that up. Where's it at? Let me see. Where's it at? Right there. Okay. Boom. There it is. Got it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a screen. Before you do that, remember you need deals, right? So let's go from there. Let's make it a little bit of a training here where you're going to need data. So it depends on what you want to do. You can surf for deals. Hey, we got that as well. We'll give it to you for free. But prop stream subject to Deal Finder Playbook. You can use it, and that's just for us, okay? Now you can use Batch. You can use Deal Machine. You can use Property Radar. And that's in our tech stack, right? Because we utilize those as well. So in our tech stack, you can start off with a small tech stack or a larger tech stack, depending on your volume and your pipeline. If you're just starting out, you only need about 3 tools, right? You don't need a bunch of tools. You just need the simplest stuff, but you got to remember, this is a business. So invest a couple of dineros in your business. Okay. This breaks it down where you at least be able to find out those deals where you can find those properties with 2.5 and 3.5 and 4% interest rates. They'll have some equity in them. They may be not vacant. They may be tired landlords or out of state owners and things of that nature, pre-foreclosures, probates, all that good stuff. And it breaks it all down. It shows you how to do it and how to pull those lists. So when you pull those lists, you can either work them straight out of your spreadsheet, or you can take that data, upload it, skip trace it, and go from there. Because obviously, you're going to want to skip trace it. You need telephone numbers and email addresses. Put them in your CRM and start working them. Put them in your dialer, start dialing, start calling. Or if you're going to go out and do some old school, new school, and knock on the doors, then go knock on those doors, right? Be aggressive. I guarantee you, if you do that, you're going to beat out other people. You're going to kick butt up against other people. But the key here is you want to make sure that you understand how to break down your deals. You know what a deal is and what a deal is not. And you want to be able to negotiate the art of the deal, I like to call the Amp Live method, and understanding the psychology of sales, right? Because after all, that's what you're in, right? You're in the sales business. You're also in the marketing business, and you're marketing your brand. You're marketing you're marketing an entity to be able to help your sellers, right? And then investors and all that good stuff, right? We make that very easy. I share a lot of that with you because I love branding as well. So I definitely want to make sure that we get that shared with you. But that's actually going to be in the vault. To share that with you. I'm going to pull this up. Now, reason I'm setting it up here, I'm setting it up so you see kind of like a flow. And then I'm going to pull up the calculator. We're going to run some numbers on those, whether it's a deal or not a deal on a property. Okay. So next, what you're going to need is something here, right? Is to collect information. We call it the mission is the submission. Okay. The mission is the submission. Yes, we buy houses, ugly ones too. Ugly onesies too, right? Cash or terms. Sell your house fast, cash, or terms the next 7 days or less. Been doing this for a long time. No commission, no closing cost, written guarantee within 24 to 48 hours. Cash or terms in 7 days or less. No equity in your home. Hey, we can still buy it. We're like, what? Can we? Yes, we can. All right. So that's, but this is more to that. This is obviously a link that will go to sellers and they'll fill it out in the comfort of their own home. Then boom, you got yourself a nice, hot, juicy lead. But there is a process to that. We'll share that inside the Amp Life Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator or the mentoring program. And then obviously you're going to get this information. There's a way, 3 steps on how to get all this information. We call it the mission is the submission. You're working with psychology, you're working with sales tie downs, you're working with yeses, you're working with the 3 magical questions and setting the stage and all that good stuff. We go, what is all that? What is just sales things, easy peasy stuff that we'll share with you. And you'll pick it up because the way we mentor and the muscle memory, you'll pick it up in a day, pick it up on one session with us, or maybe 2. Some people it takes a little longer because they're shy. Even on the numbers, sometimes you'll get it on the first shot because you're used to breaking down numbers, or maybe it's the 3rd or 4th or 5th. Who cares? The bottom line is that you're going to get it. If I can get it, you can get it. I know anybody could figure it out. But you need, a lot of times we need help with that stuff, right? I always say, I get people work out and they do the workouts and all that good stuff and the videos back in the day. Even then, I always say, can you get buffed and work out from watching videos? You can get a starting point. But if you want to work on stuff and you want to do stuff right, and if you don't know how to do it right, then you can do something wrong for a long time and go, why is this not working? Or like, why do you have freakishly big, forearms, right? What are you doing? You're doing something wrong, right? You got big ass forearms and little muscles over here or tiny chicken legs, right? It's because you don't have a mentor. There's not someone to say, hey, you need to be eating this and doing that. And I learned that I thought you had to do a bunch of, real quick, I thought you had to do a bunch of crunches and sit-ups, which I hate freaking sit-ups. Now, and other things that you can do to work on your abs. But figuring out from someone else who's been doing this a long time and they do powerlifting, all kinds of other stuff, right? You do squats. If you do squats, your abs are in there. So your abs are always sitting in there. You just got to bring them out. But squats will help you with that, along with some other things and some other supplements and some other, types of things that you need to take to bring those out. I'm like, shit, what? I never would have thought about that, and I've never would have figured it out unless I got into, being, working out and understanding the mechanics of the body and how it works and all that good stuff, the different body types. That's really getting into it, right? And you can study and read and try to figure out little pieces of the pie. It's almost like I always say, you got a puzzle and you throw it out, no problem. I got right here. I have what? Here's the puzzle. I got this. I know it's love. If I turn this around and then try to figure out the puzzle, it's like, oh shit, I need that picture so I can figure out the puzzle, right? It's the same thing in real estate, same thing in anything that you do. It's the same thing throughout any type of work. But here it is. There's a little. You want to have one of these. If you don't have one, build it. But it comes into This is actually going to be in the vault. It's the mission is a submission. Okay, the mission is a submission. So definitely you want to learn this and understand it. Scripts do work, yes. How you work on your closing ratios works. All that stuff works. But most importantly, you want to be able to do that. And then from there, we're going to get into a sub-2 structure. We're able to structure deals. That's going to be in the Amp Life Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator because it's super important. Once you learn how to structure deals, then you're going to be in this business for a long time, okay? But if you got any deals, I'm going to bring up, I'm going to go to the next slide. Then I'm going to bring up the deals, and we're going to go through a deal real quick and then wrap this up for probably the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so, right? And let me see what we got. Let's go here. Let's pull up the screen share. There we go, right there. Bear with me. It's coming up, I think. No. Okay. Is that it? Oh, there it is. There it is, right there. We'll share that. Should come up on the screen here. There she blows. All right, perfect. Okay, so I'll go to the sub-2 fix and flip calculator, or I like to call it deal automator. I believe we have it in here. It's Whittier, California, as you can see. And make sure that you can see it on the screen. Okay, can you see that? It should be right up there on the screen, or right over there on the screen. Now, this is the deal that's actually a deal. The other deal in Corona is not a deal because there's 3 loans on it, right? 3 loans. First loan is awesome. It's an interest rate of like, I think 3.2% or 3.65. And the others are 5 and 6 that they got after the fact, probably when they got into foreclosure. Someone gave them a loan for $200,000. It was an equity line of credit. And then a third loan, I believe that was to Cal Halfa or something like that, to probably for the foreclosure type stuff. So now they got 3 loans and they're tapped out, and it's most likely going to turn into a short sale because there's no way they can sell it, and it needs work, a little bit of work. It's a nicer home built in the 2000s. I like those properties. Carpet tile paint, get in and out, but the square footage is freaking like 3,000-4,000 square foot. So that's a lot of money, and it's going to cost some money to clean that up. And at the end of the day, it will be a short sale. Or if somebody wanted to go in, which I was thinking, going, you know what? You got the 2 loans. You got 200 and 275. You got a $700,000 property there. We could be all tapped in, but if you wanted to buy and hold it, pay off the 200, pay off the 75, then we keep the $700,000 loan. I think that got paid down to like 680 or something like that, 630 or something. And the payment was not too bad. I think it was maybe $2,800, and rent in the area is probably like 35, 39, 100. So it can cash flow. And then obviously we'd have a 3.65% interest rate. So we could probably take it down, and this would be a longer property, you know, to keep, because obviously we'd have to, you know, take down the 200 and the 75,000. That's still debt that has to be incurred, and someone has to pay for it, and you know what I'm saying. But it could be doable if we're going to keep it for long-term rental, and then eventually refi it out once the 300 and the 275 is paid down or eliminated, or equity rises and they can get a refi, cash out, and get that money back that was invested and continue to cash flow it. That is an option, but also you can just go short sale. You can go short sale, maybe 80 cents on the dollar for a $1.1 million property, and that, you know, will it'll bring down. We'll offer less on the first, and the other two, since it's what's the word I'm looking for? Because the first loan and then you got the second and third loan are going to get wiped out, right? So if we did a short sale, those 2 other loans go bye-bye. The first loan is going to stay in place, and you know, we'd have just 1 loan and get a property at 80 cents on the dollar, or 80% of LTV based on the 1.1 million. We'd probably have to go in there 500 and some change, 600,000 for the property, or less, and then we'd be good. And we'd have a juicy interest rate. It takes a little bit longer, and there's no guarantee that we'll get a short sale on that property. But if we did, then it'd be cool. So the agent gets paid, we get a deal, seller's happy, bank's happy, everybody's happy. If it's too high and the price is, hey, we're at 90 cents on the dollar and it doesn't work for us, then you can still, at least the seller's gonna be okay, because they'll be able to get the property sold, and the agent that lists the property or is working the short sale will actually get paid too. We won't, you know, it is what it is. But we're not doing a lot of work on it, right? We're just writing an offer, and if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. Put it in the pipeline, stack them up, let it ride. Some are going to pop, some are not. That's just the way it goes, okay? But there's a pro tip for you. Hopefully that makes sense and didn't confuse you. But let's get back to this juicy deal, because I like this one. So let me go back to it. Where we got? All right, so Whittier, California. ARVs $1,120,000. Current market rent's about $3,900. The existing mortgage is $680,496, 2.8 interest rate. Monthly payment on this is $3,200, medium to high. For the foreclosure, it's probably going to foreclose most likely if this person doesn't reinstate the loan, because they're about $47,000, and then they got May's coming up, so another payment of 32 and some change. So this is probably up to the 50 and some change, and then, you know, that's not a good thing. Closing costs to the seller, we did arrange this. We're probably going to change this and maybe go lower depending on the repairs. So, but purchase price is whatever the mortgage is, $680,000. Cash to seller will be $104. So obviously it's going to be $680 plus the $104. $50,000 to make up those back payments. Remember, since we're making those back payments, that is part of this guy's equity, because he didn't make up those back payments, right? Someone's got to pay it, so it comes out of the equity. So we have that to negotiate with this number here. Owner's money, yeah, we're going to leave it $100. Total rehab cost about $75K. Expected rehab 2 months. Hard money. If we decided to go hard money, we're going sub 2 on this. We take it sub 2. That'll be great. We're looking at a 12% margin, which is marginal. Lower your price. So we're taking lower the price. If we lower the price here and we pay this at maybe 85, or I say 75, then this is going to change to a 14%. Solid deal. Tighten rehab, which we could. depending on what the rehab is, because it is the property is older, so it's probably going to need this. This is based on I think a 1,900 square foot property, based on about $35 a square foot. If we do go hard money, we can, and we don't go sub 2, then obviously we would change this, and the numbers would change. So if we go hard money rate at 11%, you could probably get it at 7, 8, 9%, because interest rates are it's very competitive out there. So that'll drop down. You can see it 4.6 is still okay. And points, 2 points. Maybe they go, oh, that's pretty high. It could be 1.1, 1.5. I'm sorry. So we do points, 4.6 are still okay. Additional loan amount, that's going to be for holding costs and all those other good things, stuff that we'll need if we're going sub 2. But we're going to take this out because we're not going to need it. But if you need to, and you need to work a deal and break down this deal for an investor who goes and uses hard money, then at least this is going to help you do that, right? The same token, while we're rocking and rolling the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator or the AmpLive One-on-One Mentoring Program, we're going to help you break down these deals one-on-one. We're going to go over up and down and all the way around, and then present an offer to the seller. Okay, so that's how that works. Property, we're going to keep on rolling here. We got agent commission. If it's sub 2, it's going to be 2.5%, right? Even if we buy this thing cash, because if it's off market, it's 2.5. Now, if it's on market, then yeah, this would go up to about 5% if you can negotiate it. Obviously, you're going to see a change in 2.2% for concession, staging. Now, you don't have to do staging, if you don't want to. Selling costs, so we can knock out the staging if we wanted to and make it 0. But if it's sub 2, I'd like to do at least the marketing part of it, right? Because if we can sell the property before it actually goes to an agent and save 2.5%, we're going to save a chunk of cash. If we can't, sell it the first week through the marketing, at least you lost, it's $3,500 plus, whatever it's going to be for the commission. So it does drop down. You can see solid deal, still solid 12.4, even at 12.4, right? But we're going to change this to 2.5%. And this one here is free. You can go here. I'll even give you the link. Let me pull the link, and you can actually go there and utilize it as much as you want. Right there. Free to use as much as you want, I believe. I don't know if there's a gate on there. We'll find out. That's up to a Swede. All right. Or if you can use it 3 times, then it asks you to to sign up or something. I don't. It might be like, hey, I think you can use right now. You can just use as much as you want. So you got to put in email. You got to put in no name, no telephone number, no nothing. Okay. All right, there we go. Go for it. It's in the chat. I don't know if it's in the Facebook chat. It should be in the chat. I don't know how, or if it goes to all the social media platforms. It should. If it doesn't, hit me up. Do a DM or do a DM with us. But right now we're at 14.9%. Solid deal. Tighten rehab. If we did tighten rehab, if we did change it just for shits and giggles, and we go, you know what? Hey, we can do this for 55 because we found out that doesn't need this, doesn't need that, doesn't need that, or we're good, or we can at least put it on the market and clean it up and hotel it, or even less. Then why not? So then that's going to jump up to a 16.7% margin, right? Obviously, a deal is getting strong. Let's see what it does, where we need to be for a super deal without tightening up the rehab. So let's say 45, just messing around here, of course. Keeps on rolling. Let's put in 25. Ooh, that's like zillions right there. Zillions of dollars. I'll put 45,000. Let's see what it does. Okay. Still the same. Oh, I was going to put 25. Let's put 25,000. All right. Stays the same. It's cool. So we're going to put that back to what it was at 75K. And then remember, if we don't do 75K, that just comes back to the bottom line and gets dispersed as a profit if you don't use it. But that's what's there for the hard money, or it's there just to have, right? You want to have your pad money, your cash money, and all that good stuff. Comp spread. So then we get to the top. This is a solid deal. B, it scores it 6.7 out of 8.7 points, 77% out of 100. Solid deal. Mortgage sub 2 finance advantage. All this is doing is just sharing you the monthly interest and annual interest savings, blah, blah, blah. Total cost summary. Okay. This is the total rehab, 82.5. Holding costs about 8,000 because that's for 2 months. 8,000. Remember that. You got to have that funding. That's what that 40K is for. excuse me, retail sale, 1.12, 1,120,000 bucks. Agent concessions, so it's going to cost about $50K to get it sold if we use an agent, or we can save that money. Staging and selling costs about $4K. Now, obviously, if we sell this in the first week using this, then we're going to save this. But if not, then these two are going to be included. Okay. So the net resale proceeds is 1,065,000. Now this right here is cool. So if you decide, hey, what do I need to offer based on, the percentages of the standard wholesale. Now, of course, you're going to have to adjust a couple of numbers. Okay. So that'd be 70% right here. Be 634, 65%, 578, which is probably what the other property, if we actually came in at the $500,000 range, Corona, with that short sale, 80 cents on the dollar, it'd be in the fives, right? So, but just FYI. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. But over here, it does say, look, you go, oh my God, okay, I can't buy this property on a wholesale deal because it's over Mayo. I hate that word Mayo, so stupid. But it is maximum allowable offer, and it does show a red. I'm going to show you where you can still make money. Cash to the seller, right? 75, or cash down, to the seller, 75, because we changed it. Arrears, 47. It's actually going to be 50 now. So because we probably got another payment that's going to come up in May. So we'll change that to what is that going to be? 47 and 3202. Break out the calculator. So we got 47, 580 plus 3202 equals 50,782. Okay. Probably can't see the calculator. It's okay. We're going to change this here. So it's going to change the number just a little bit. So we'll go down here, and here we go. So we're to catch up 50,782 closing customer. You see how it does it for you, right? You got to kick off your toes or count your fingers or any good stuff. If there was, there's a hard, your rehab contingency. If you had hard money, the points would be here. Holding costs $8,000 for the 2 months. Of course, we like to put a 6-month pad. We'll probably put a 6-month pad, but I'm going to share with you on this this shares you just the preliminary numbers, but the actual deal automator has 4 tabs. The first tab is going to be what you see here. And then the second tab is actually going to be where you can put in all the rehab that you probably need: doors, windows, faucets, landscaping, front yard, backyard, roof, mechanicals, everything. And then the third tab is for your maximum allowable offer. So you can kind of break it down, go, where do I need to be? What looks good? What can I chop? What can I add? And then the last one's going to be for your buy and hold exit strategy. If you're buying it, and it's going to break it down from 1 month to 3 months to 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. So you're going, man, if I put a 6-month hold on this, what are my numbers? Where can I make money? And how can I use this to sell to an investor where the profits are at, right? And even if you go 9 months, can I still make money? If I go 12 months, can I still make money? Obviously, it goes down. If you rock out, maybe get that son of a buck and you just hotel it and you're able to get it sold in 1 month, if you're able to get the rehab done that quick, or even 3 months, it's going to share the profit margins for you, right? That doesn't, on here, it doesn't do that because it's obviously free. And it's not costing you a dime to go ahead and do this, but it's a great tool. You're going to look at the gross profit. This is actually net, so we got to change that. So this is actually net profit, $164,280. Profit margins 14.7, return investment 59, all that good stuff. Deal days on the market velocity rating moderate. It's a moderate market because it was what do we got days on the market there? 47. Yeah, for 47 for Whittier, it's a pretty good little market there. That's it. But if you like to do deals, if you want to close deals like this, you get the full blueprint, right? I shouldn't even say blueprint. It's going to be the full program, right? You're going to get the program for AMP Live, Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, Sub-2, wholesaling, lease options, and more. It's a pre-sale right now, I believe, for today all the way up until midnight. Once midnight is gone, or if you locked it in before that, at least you got in there to get some information and lock in a spot, then, hey, you're good to go. But at midnight tonight, it's going to go to $1,997, which is $1,997. And that's for the whole program. And there is live coaching. The guarantee is still there and everything. Nothing's going to change. Okay. But you can go ahead and click that and it'll take you to this tab here. Make sure I'm sharing that tab with you. There you go. And it'll be the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator with the bonuses, right? So obviously it's going to move the first 47, and then it's going to move to the 1997. Then after the next 50, then obviously it's going to move to the regular price. Okay. So it's real training, real strategies, real results. There is a money back guarantee. Close deal in 90 days or get your money back. No questions asked, but it is tied to action. So there are a couple of caveats that you got to follow through. You got to move, make sure you're going to do what you're going to do and move forward. This is the benefit you, not us at the end of the day. It's more to benefit you because I know if you take action, you're going to see results. I promise you that. It happens every single time. Bonus number one, a live deal analysis call for the first 25 peeps that join. Bonus number two, private community, Discord, Facebook group for accountability. And bonus number three, motivated seller script cheat sheet, which I kind of shared with you, which is going to be for the sub two cheat sheet. You'll have stuff for wholesaling. It's going to be the mission is the submission. It doesn't matter if it's a wholesale deal, sub two deal, fix and flip deal, bird deal. It works for everything. The mission is the submission. When you get all that information, you click submit, you get a copy, we get a copy, or you're going to build the page out and we'll give you a template and you go do it yourself and then go from there and then understand and know how to break down the deal, see where the money is at. The magic is in underwriting the deal and then understanding what exit strategy is there by using, the deal automator, right? You use the deal automator to break it down and go, is this a wholesale deal? Where's my wholesale numbers? What about sub two? What about a fix and flip? What about buy and hold? Right? Can I burn this thing? Can I get a DSCR loan and take it down? What all the numbers look like? And then you can decide what exit strategy you want to do. And then you can decide on how do I want to sell this and pitch this to a buyer, an investor, or maybe it's seller finance to someone else and you're going to do a wrap and all that other good stuff. We'll share all that stuff with you. That's part of the program. As we're doing this, but it is in a coaching environment. The one-on-one mentoring is totally different. That is truly one-on-one, helping you build your business, done with you, done for you. For this is the American Mentee Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator Program. Find motivated sellers, make offers with confidence, use creative finance strategies, and close deals and get paid. That's what this is all about, okay? Now, you can go to this page here. Let me go straight down here. It's very easy. You can lock in the price. It's the next 5 hours, like I said, 5 hours and 37 minutes, right? And then it's going to move to the 1997. All right, so just fill out that information there, or you can. I'd say here's the link. You can go right there, click that link, and that's it. Get started and start rocking and rolling. You'll get an onboarding email and text and all that good stuff, and then we'll go through the process, get you onboarded. We'll probably fire it up on Monday, and then have our first coaching call on Friday as you get moving into the program and start rocking and rolling. So there is a method to the madness after all when we're doing this stuff. I believe right here, I can go ahead and put this up here. Let me see where we got. Oh, I'll leave that alone there. Oh, I could do this. Maybe I could. And I'll let it roll for you. All right. All good there. So I'll put my mug back up here. Here we go. We're going to wrap this all up and move on for your Wildness Wednesday. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're rocking and rolling. Definitely make sure you get these bonuses as they come down the wire, which is the sub-2 offer structure. There's going to be the scripts that you're going to need, right? And we're going to go through these, right? These are cool scripts. While you're doing the mission of submission, like, are you still living there, or is it rental right now? How long have you owned the property, etc.? So if you've ever gotten stuck with that, we're going to help you with that, all right? Just as well as some marketing templates that you can rebrand, reuse if you need to. That'll be inside the vault. That's being built as well, and all the stuff that we have that we moved from the one-on-one mentoring program. With this program, it'll be a limited vault because it's not going to be the full one-on-one mentoring program. And there'll be a second vault, and then the third vault is for the one-on-one. But this is awesome stuff because it's going to help you, right? And it's stuff that's working in battle tested in the field today. You also have resources resources we have, you will get, meaning VIP executive realty, lending and investments. You have access to an agent, broker, and a brokerage, and private money, hard money for whatever you're looking for, right? At the end of the day, I believe there probably is let me see if there's a code here where you can actually get access to the MLS and search for properties. Obviously, I'll share the brand with you. And if you're looking even to buy your first house, this is a perfect program for that, right? Mortgage for millennials and everyone else at the end of the day, right? So if you're looking to purchase a property and you're going, man, I need to save a bunch of money, I got to get my credit going. Yes, those are good things to do. When you get to that point, you're going to use them for your business. You're going to use them to purchase a property or more properties. But at the same token, I'll show you how to use creative real estate investing to get into that and buy a property, use a DSCR loan, rent it out, or fix it and flip it. All right, there it is. So if you're considering or buying or selling a home, whether you're an investor or just seeing this on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or any of these different places, because this is live, cut and raw and real, but this does get chopped up and monetized and all that good stuff and turned into shorts and all that good stuff from our team, marketing team through Amp Live Media, then hey, it's going to happen. So scan that QR code. I believe it's right there. Get access to the MLS, boom, 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 in Southern California. If you want to drop your license with VIP Executive Realty, Lending and Investments anywhere in the United States of America, you can, or even internationally. Definitely let me know. Reach out, shoot a text to me, or DM if you can get a hold of me, or just get into the ecosystem, and we'll love to help you out with that. I'm going to go ahead and move forward. I believe we're going to give this away for free. It's Surfing for Deals that'll help you get find deals out of the gate. Go ahead and scan that QR code as well. Book some time myself, my team, in a breakout call, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever it is. I'm not sure what the time frame is. Just click it, lock it in, no obligation whatsoever, and love to speak with you. Surfing for Deals is awesome. It's something we coined several years ago. It's like driving for dollars, right? The big rig. Have you ever seen Starsky and Hutch, right? And he's doing the big rig, right? That's corny ass shit. But you can surf for deals here using your phone, iPad, laptop, desktop. Doesn't matter, right? And it's the videos in there, training videos in there, copy and paste, all that good stuff, and that's it. There's no one-on-one training with that. It's just, hey, it's a gift just for watching at the end of the day. So we appreciate you, and that is going to be delivered inside of the vault as well. I will leave you with this. But the American, I probably shouldn't, because you should just stick to one thing, right? This is the webinar, but we do have our American Mentee program. It's true one-on-one mentoring. We'll put that up there right there. That is a different jam. It's done with you, done for you. There's two programs, the done with you program, done for you program. And I believe the done with you is still at 50% off right now before we get into summertime and spring, summer promos is going to start changing. Once we get into summer, then obviously it changes. I believe it's almost like that's 50% off, right? So then the other program is a done with you, done for you program. Same beautiful, lovely program. We did extend it from 6 months to 12 months. We do partner up and do deals. We're going to rock deals together. It's going to help you build a business, right? A wholesaling business, fix and flip business, buy and hold business. Doesn't matter. Whatever those things are based on what your criteria, what you're wanting to do, we'll put a game plan together and then execute, full on everything, CRM and all that good stuff, everything that's needed to rock a business. But this is the hard costs are a little bit different. Okay. But I'll leave that there for you because it's obviously the program that started it all. Erick report, I believe it's going to be inside of the Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And that Erick report is just about what I think is going to transpire for the next 5 to 7 years in real estate, because real estate is cycles and trend. I was having a conversation with this cool dude. He does real estate up in the high desert. He has a tree service business, rock and roller, goes to concerts all the time. It's pretty cool. Shout out, brother, Mr. Warren. But we're talking about I got off point there. Talking about deals, right? How things happen, right? Back in the day, we can go to the high desert and you can buy a property for $200,000-$300,000 and then fix it up and then put it on the market and have a bunch of offers and sell it. Boom, 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 just rocking them out in the high desert. Because a lot of people, once they got saturated down here in Los Angeles or the Inland Empire, even the last cycle, people didn't buy the Inland Empire. Didn't look like this, okay? All you saw was desert land and mobile homes and a bunch of shit houses, right? If even that wasn't a lot. Now you see warehouses, you see custom houses, everything it's just pushed all the way from LA and pushed out into suburbia, all the way to Temecula, right? That shit is booming. That's like Napa 2 right now. Super high, expensive stuff. But it's crazy how cycles and trends happen, right? Because it's real estate is cyclical. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to go up. It's going to go down because we live in a capitalist country. And that's just the way this system works and the way it's designed. So the same thing, right? So definitely take advantage of it. It's free. It's not cost you a dime. It's actually, if you hit to get into Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, that's inside of the vault. And it's just going to give you a little outline of what I think is going to transpire in the next 5 to 7 years, where the opportunities at, where the opportunities lie. And then you can go and rock and roll, as I always say, ride that wave, right? Ride that wave of opportunity. All right, so that's absolutely free. But you can scan that QR code right there, boom, for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. I believe that's it. All right, we'll keep on. We'll go back up here, and we'll put this in here. And I believe for tomorrow, I'll be back. Hey, if you're invited for a live hot seat, so tomorrow's a good one because it's a Thursday deals day. So we'll be fired up even more so than I am today, because we're talking about deals. We're talking about sellers. We're talking about mentees and all that good stuff. So there's the level of excitement is very high. Okay. So tomorrow, beautiful, lovely sales day. Plus it's going to be our full launch for the Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. At the end of the day, hopefully you got in, you locked in a spot at a at a price that's the price of McDonald's for 3 people, right? So, or a pair of shoes of some sort. It's the value is freaking tremendous, and I had to pull teeth and all that good stuff just to get that happening, or pull teeth from me, because I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to deal with that. But I think it's a good thing at this point in time as we cruise into spring and summer. To show our value at the end of the day, drop the value. You're going to get in there. And then obviously this is a segue into our one-on-one. Not everybody's going to go in that direction. Not everybody's going to be successful as that's just real live stuff. But you're going to learn so much that, hey, it's going to shave off 1 to 3 years of spinning those wheels, right? And you're going to be able to do what? You have 1 or 2 deals. You do 1 or 2 or 3 a quarter, and you do that 4 times a year. It's going to probably surpass your income, right? People are going to ask you, what are you doing? Selling drugs? Oh, hey, where'd you get that money? What's going on? Right? It happens all the time. Or they're going to tell you you're crazy, like they did with me. Say, you're crazy. What are you doing? Hey, no, don't do that. Hey, check it out. There's a pad right over there. It's a burnt down piece of property, because they're being smart asses and they're talking shit, and they're hoping that I wouldn't buy any property at all. Well, hey, you know what they say, right? It is what it is, But I had some kind words in my head that I had for them, but I didn't tell them, right? Not until later on, right? When they said, oh, yeah, hey, I knew you could do it. Oh, that's cool. I'm so glad for you and your wife and Elizabeth, doing business, blah, 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 and all that good stuff. They want you to do great, but not ever better than them. And that's the thing here. We want you to do better. I want you to do better than me. I want you to kick ass. I want you to do better than other people. And you're probably thinking, well, why? You don't know me. You're not my family. Why would you even care? Because it's God-driven, right? I'm at that point in my life. It's a lot different. I'm more mature. Me when I was younger, sure, it's all about me, and go for it, and boom, be ruthless and brutal, and forget humility. Don't ask anybody for shit. I'm like, no, it's different, right? Integrity, loyalty, humility, communication. Things have changed, right? So that's just where I am in my life until I decide, like I said before, if I decide I don't want to talk to people or do this anymore, I'll scrap it and drop it. But this is God-driven. And everything we do is God driven, from AHA to Amp Live to Amp Live Media to VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. It's all God driven. If that offends you, I don't know what to say, because hey, at the end of the day, I don't get offended. We have mentees that have come aboard and they're atheists and they're Catholics and they're Jewish and all that good stuff. I don't care. What does that have to do with business? What does that have to do with who we are as human beings? Absolutely freaking nothing, right? We can all still work together. Doesn't matter what religion we are or what we believe in, to a degree. And not to mention, 9 times out of 10, as they see what's going on, they see all the positive stuff in their life. We had one atheist like that, and I'll just tell you a story. And he's like, man, can you tell me a little bit about God? Can maybe I can go to church with you and your family, or where do you guys go to church, or what would you suggest? Because we always suggest everybody, if you come on board, hey, you don't have to, but if it's one-on-one mentoring, it's required reading Think and Grow Rich, 17 Principles of Success. Not to replace your real Bible, but hey, use it as a business Bible. And if you have a Bible, then hey, go for it, right? But I can't tell you what to read. I can't tell you what to do, because this is your life. And at the end of the day, hey, for me, I listened to my mentors when I was coming up, and I didn't say shit. I just did it. And then I'd ask questions after, and that seemed to work the best. And then offer tremendous value to them. But I also didn't just come in and go, I don't know shit. Can you help me? No, it's not going to work. You have to know some stuff, right? I made myself valuable. I had a skill set. I spent a lot of time working on myself and my skill sets before that even happened. And I got a mentor by accident. That's because it's God driven. That's what we're going to share with you. Okay. So if that excites you, it should. Okay. Business should excite you. The entrepreneurism should excite you. Real estate investing and even regular real estate should excite you. And once you get the bug, I promise you this is my promise. And once you get in and you start getting in, you're going to get hooked. And you're not going to want to stop. I promise you. Okay. So keep on rocking and rolling. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this out. I'm going to go ahead and lock this up. I'm going to close it all up. I appreciate you for watching. Don't forget to go grab that. It's in the chat. This is absolutely free. Go grab the, where's it at? Oh, where's the other one? Is it right here? Oh, I stopped sharing it. Okay. Well, that was going to be the sub-2 deal automator, which you can get. Absolutely, just go use it. It's on our website, Amp Live Media. Go check it out. But you got to have this specific link so you can get access to it, right? And then the full one, when you come aboard the Amp Live Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator, right there, boom, then you get access to all that and all that good stuff. So keep on rocking and rolling. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Hopefully you have an awesome week. Thank you for watching Amp Live TV. Always real, raw, and standing for truth. Home of the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Your host, Erick of Amp Live and VIP Execs. Keep on rocking and rolling. Powered by Amp Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company. Our sponsors, VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. Step into excellence in luxury properties. We got deals, send them down the wire. Let's underwrite them. I just put my hand out there, an open door policy for you to say, hey, bring your stuff to the table. Jump inside the group. It's absolutely free. If you want to get on here, let's get on here. I'm opening the door, an opportunity for you to do those things and to help you in any way we possibly can, until I decide not to, or we decide not to do that anymore, right? But we go with the rock and roll flow, right? So rock and roll in all what you do. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Get yourself fit. Get your mind going. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. And keep on rocking. Don't listen to people's BS and negative mental attitude. Believe in yourself. Look, I believe in you. I don't even know you, because I know that God does not make junk. All right? So talk to you soon. Bye-bye.